So today I'll be doing a video discussing Eden Zero episode 1 and why you guys need to be excited for episode 1 of Hiro Mashima's brand new series. Now yes, you guys heard me right. Eden Zero is going to be Hiro Mashima's brand new series, and it is going to be getting an anime coming to us very soon. And what if I told you guys that Eden Zero was just as good as Fairy Tail? Now before I get into the video, I just gotta say, if you are an Eden Zero only fan or a Fairy Tail only fan, stop the war between the two series. Yes, stop the war between the two series, because I see the fan bases going at it saying one series better than the other, and I'm just like, stop. These are both made by the same author. Yes, Fairy Tail 100 Quest, Eden Zero, doesn't matter which one you like more, they're both made by Hiro Mashima. And Eden Zero, while it is good, let's pump the brakes. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves and say stuff like, oh, it's the best work that Hiro Mashima has done, because I've seen a lot of people jump to that conclusion, which does stir away some Fairy Tail and Rave Master fans as well. But the number one thing you don't want to do is just start comparing Fairy Tail and Eden Zero, just making them go against each other, because at the end of the day, these are all Hiro Mashima's works, and all of these series are connected. Yes, you guys heard me right. All of these series are connected canonically through the story, so why would you want to be arguing all these characters together? No, it just doesn't make sense. So before Eden Zero episode 1 actually does drop, I'm just here to put an end to the Fairy Tail and Eden Zero debate, because there never was one, and there was one, but there shouldn't be one is what I should say. And we do know that Hiro Mashima is going to continue to work on both series, so there's no reason to debate them. But now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and get to the video. Now, we know that Hiro Mashima himself did confirm 4 brand new announcements. Obviously, we do know that one of them has to be Fairy Tail 100 Quest related. I mean, whether we're getting that new anime, which will be anime of the year when it drops, whether we're getting that or the new Fairy Tail movie, we have to be excited, because Fairy Tail 100 Quest news is coming regardless. But what if I told you that with this news, Eden Zero is coming too? Yes, the Eden Zero anime is going to be confirmed, because number one, Eden Zero, we've seen that Hiro Mashima, he has been posting that and been pushing that way more than Fairy Tail. Yes, Hiro Mashima himself, he has been promoting Eden Zero a lot more on his Twitter. We see he's changed all of his pictures to Eden Zero content, so we're starting to see Hiro Mashima move on from Fairy Tail, go on to Eden Zero, and the Eden Zero manga has been very successful. We already know that anytime that a manga does do very good, that is going to be an anime coming right after it. Yes, we already know that Hiro Mashima, he has been working behind the scenes with different anime productions, all these different studios, so I definitely do think that this is a sign that Eden Zero is going to be getting an anime, and it's going to be coming to us very soon. And as far as the content for episode 1, you guys have to get excited, because when I tell you guys that Eden Zero doesn't disappoint, it does not disappoint. And right off the bat from episode 1, we're introduced to Shiki and the Demon King. Now, we know that the Demon King, in case you guys did not know, he is Shiki's grandfather. Yes, he is Shiki's grandfather. We know that the whole story of robots, humans, basically Eden Zero, it does take place in space. Yes, this is a space story. We see Shiki, he actually does start off on a whole new world, and we see Shiki, he actually does grow up around the Demon King with the robots, all that stuff. But we actually do see how the relationship does begin, and it does actually build up the plot perfectly. Yes, the beginning of the chapter, seeing Shiki and the Demon King discussing what dragons and all the space and the stuff in space is, definitely does get me super excited. And speaking of Shiki, we get introduced to Rebecca and Shiki. Yes, Rebecca and Shiki's relationship begin, and all I'm going to say is that this is not Lou but on crack. Yes, I'm saying it, this is Natsu x Lucy but on crack, because obviously you can see the Natsu and Lucy resemblance. Rebecca, she looks a lot like Lucy, if not Lucy's twin, but Shiki himself, he also does look like Natsu a little bit, and we're starting to see the relationship. It is different from Natsu x Lucy. I'm not saying it's the exact same thing, but you can see the inspiration from both. But we do see that these two, they do begin their relationship from episode episode 1, or at least chapter 1, similarly to how Natsu and Lucy do. And the only thing that's different is we see that Rebecca, she's starting to take more of the lead rather than Lucy. Obviously, we saw Natsu was way stronger. There was really no comparison in terms of strength, but Rebecca, while she is still weaker than Shiki, she is definitely looking a lot more, I guess you could say, useful than Lucy was in the early on story. And we see that the story of Eden Zero does not disappoint because the world building is out of this world. No pun intended, but literally it's out of this world because we see that they're going into space. They're doing all these other things, different cosmos, different universes. Shiki and the Eden Zero crew, they are definitely the definition of space pirates. But no, in all seriousness, we see that the world building, it leads to the connection of the fairy tale story, because in case you guys have been living underneath the rock and didn't know, Eden Zero, Fairy Tail, and even Rave Master, they are all in the same universe. Yes, these series are all in the same universe. They are all connected with each other, and the number one thing that proved that is the Mildon Time People's Planet. Basically, the people who are Damaria's race, the Mildon race. I don't really know if I'm saying that right. I don't know if I'm saying that name right. Mildion, I don't really know. You guys already know. Long time underrated mage fans know the name do not matter on this channel. But no, in all seriousness, we see that the people who use the time magic in Fairy Tail, their home planet has been revealed. In fact, we are getting revealed to a lot of different things like ethers, origins, and all this stuff. So I do think that the way that Hiro Mashima is connected the Fairy Tail story to the Eden Zero story is perfectly, and that does help a lot with the world building, because we see that with the whole space theme, that's going to be one of the biggest things yet. So you know that Hiro Mashima has to bring all of that fire for the world building, and he is not disappointing because we're getting revealed to some of the stuff that wasn't even shown to us in the Fairy Tail story. And speaking of the world building, I gotta discuss the power, because Shiki's power has been revealed, and we found out that he uses gravity gear, gravity ether nano gear, and this basically gives him the power of gravity. He can change it. He can basically manipulate gravity how he wants it. Me personally, I do enjoy his ability. Yes, I do think that Shiki is fire. I do think he's just as strong, similar to how Natsu was in Fairy Tail. I do think that's where Shiki is in terms of power, and we do know that he has been confirmed to be the next Demon King. Yes, Shiki has already taken the mantle from his grandpops. He is now the Demon King, the leader of the Eden Zero ship. So this does all build into Shiki's power, especially end of series Shiki. Yeah, he will definitely be somebody very spooky, because this will definitely be one of Hiro Mashima's, if not his strongest main character. Yes, Shiki can surpass Natsu. I don't care what other main characters Hiro Mashima has, but Shiki can surpass them all in strength after seeing the power of Shiki, the gravity build, and all that stuff being revealed. And Chapter 1 is built perfectly for a first episode. Yes, you guys heard me right. Chapter 1 is built perfectly for a first episode, because we see that it's 78 pages and it does start the story off very strong. Yes, we see that the story, it does get started off very strong from these 78 pages. They build up Shiki and Rebecca. We see the whole past between Shiki and all that stuff. So you guys have to get very excited, because Chapter 1, it does actually have that first episode vibe. We see that the chapters, the pages are a lot longer than the usual chapter, and I definitely do think that is because episode 1, Hiro Mashima, he knew how to start it off, and that's why he started it very similar to Fairy Tail, because we're starting to see that Eden Zero, the world building, all the stuff from the beginning of the series, it's all starting to play a huge role in how the grand scheme of things does turn out. Because in case you guys were wondering, Eden Zero, some people were starting to think if the quality dropped off, if anything was as good as Fairy Tail. All I'm going to say is that I don't want to jump the horn and say that it's going to be just as good, if not better, but Hiro Mashima did not drop the ball with the beginning of Eden Zero. That's all I'm going to say, and you guys will definitely be able to see that from the beginning of the episode. And speaking of the episode, we gotta discuss season 1 because we already know that once we do get that anime, there's a lot more that we have to discuss because we'll have to see how long would season 1 be, because we know that Hiro Mashima doesn't really do seasonal series. In fact, we saw what happened to Fairy Tail 2014 when he tried to make a seasonal series. While I did enjoy it after rewatching it, we know that it did not turn out the best in terms of production, and I definitely do think that this could be Hiro Mashima's first seasonal. Yes, I do believe that Hiro Mashima could make a 24 seasonal series out of Eden Zero, because the way how it's made, I don't think the anime is supposed to be a long running like how Fairy Tail was. Fairy Tail, I definitely do think that it should have never been seasonal, it just should have been a long running series from the beginning. But with Eden Zero, they can definitely make this a seasonal series, meaning having it come out in like the spring, then at least waiting like maybe 2 or more seasons until the next one drops, because there's only 86 chapters out right now. So Hiro Mashima can pace the anime and have it to a point where it doesn't actually catch up to the manga, but at the same time the seasonal captures the story perfectly. And if Eden Zero does end up being long running like Fairy Tail, I definitely do think this will be a perfect way to get it out to everybody by having it be seasonal. And we do know that Eden Zero, it has been doing good in sales, and that's the main reason why it's going to be getting an anime, because Hiro Mashima, he is the popularity king. Yes, even though people hate on Hiro Mashima, they say that series is trash, all this other stuff, this series always do good in sales. That's all I'm going to say. But no, in all seriousness, now that Eden Zero is definitely doing good in sales, I think this is a prime definition on why we're going to be getting an Eden Zero anime, and especially since it does connect the Fairy Tail world with all the other series, I definitely do think that's one of the main reasons why Hiro Mashima wanted it to get animated. Comment what you guys see down below. Subscribe if you haven't. Peace out.